as we thought about this day, the last couple of days, we thought back, Jim mentioned and Jim touched on it, 1973. It was a cold March day. We were coming from Iowa to Michigan, University of Michigan. And they had such great success here since Bo was here, the great win against Ohio State in '69. And now we were the secondary coach for the University of Michigan. And my leader was Bo Schembechler. My heart was pounding then. And the family came into town. We had an 11-year-old, we had a 12-year-old, we had about a 4-year-old, and here we are. And now 2014, driving into town, we got a 51, we got a 52, I'm not going to talk about Joni's age because she wouldn't appreciate that, but we're back, and this is home. This is where signature years were in collegiate football, and the great man that we had a chance to work under, my hero, Bo Schembechler, and now for Jim to be the football coach at the University of Michigan. I mean, it's just a tremendous thrill that every once in a while you have to kind of slap yourself around a little bit to know that it's all happening to you and your family.
Your son squared off in the Super Bowl, and they were rivals, and now that Jim's in college, does it feel right where, John might be able to help out Jim and kind of the whole thing like that, where they're not, fighting back and forth here at the pro level?
They have fought since the day that they both entered this world. And I'm good fight, brother fight. And you got brothers, all you guys got brothers, and you know what we're talking about, right? That competitiveness. But when it comes to each other, you support them. You believe in them, and you fight for them, and you fight with them. And John and Jim and Joni have always been that way, and so they're going to do everything they can to help each other and to support each other. And there's no one happier. I talked to Joni last night about 11:30. She was coming from a basketball game that Riley Crane was playing in last night, and I talked to John yesterday afternoon, and talking on the phone, but you can see the smiles right through the phone. I mean, the excitement they feel for Jim.
When did it sink in for you that this was going to be? When did it sink in for you that this dream was going to come true, or this was going to happen?
John and I kind of had an interesting philosophy. We started here about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. We wanted to know absolutely nothing. If Jim calls, we want to know nothing. Because if there's any leaks out there, there will be no fingerprints on it as it relates to Jack Harbaugh and John Harbaugh.
Would Jim come after you?
And Jody. What's that?
Would he come after you?
There isn't any question about it. But we really didn't need to know much. It was his decision, and I think it was just a couple days ago that he kind of let us in on what was going on, and didn't ask for much advice. Had felt good about where he was and what his decision was going to be, and just as parents, we all know that's when you're thrilled that they come to those conclusions and you support them.
if offered the job, were you sure he would? I know you didn't know anything, but were you sure he would take it? If offered the Michigan job,
I wasn't privileged to that, so I really can't comment on it. But
in your heart, did you think he would take it?
Well, I knew there was. He's always talked about what those 7 years meant for him. I'm not talking about the 5 years when he was playing here, because we were in Kalamazoo, Michigan, coaching at Western Michigan University. But those years, talking about St. Francis Elementary School, experiences at Tappan Junior High School, experiences at Pioneer High School, sitting in Bo's chair. I am sneaking into the IM building to play pickup basketball with some of the students when he was a freshman and sophomore at Pioneer High School. Those were moments in his life that kids have that they remember forever, and I think those experiences is kind of what brought him to this place and being here in Ann Arbor and being the football coach.
Jack, are you pinching yourself a little at this whole thing?
There's no question about it. I mean, there has to be some kind of destiny. There's got to be some kind of a force, and how it happens, I have no idea, and really don't care to know. I just thrilled to be here. But my wife Jackie, I don't know if you had a chance to talk to her, but she is the heart and foundation and the rock of our family, and she's made all the major decisions. She's done all the heavy lifting. I kind of equate it to riding in a car. Jackie won't let me drive anymore, so I ride in the passenger side. She's driving the car and taking care of the lights and looking into the mirrors and all that, and I'm looking out the window and enjoying the scenery. The poles are going by and the green grass and the fields. I'm enjoying life, and she's still doing the heavy work. So my thanks go and love go out to her.
I know coaches move around a lot, but as a father, when you hear your son talk about what the 7 years meant here, what type of pride does that give you, and what type of feeling does that give you?
It's a great question. Let me kind of answer it this way. I coached for 45 years. We moved 17 times. We were at 14 different junior high schools, and colleges. And as I say, my wife did all the heavy lifting. But as a coach, you move and you say to yourself, is this the right thing to do? Taking our kids out of elementary school and moving them into another, is this the right thing to do? You come home after getting your tail kicked. I mean, we've had it kicked severely at different stops along the way. You come home, you don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to, don't talk. You go hide and turn out the lights and get away from everyone. Your kids see that. Is that good for them to see? Is that positive? And then you win and you celebrate all the different things that take care and that happen in this journey of coaching. And then to see your kids, John and Jim and Joni, deciding that that's what they want to do. Joni marrying a basketball coach and our kids choosing coaching, it reaffirms. And you say, you know what? It worked out. It worked out. Is that the right way? I don't know, but it worked out. And so you're pleased.
How much influence did your wife and Sarah have on getting Jim to come back home to Michigan?
I don't think much. As I say, John and I intentionally took ourselves out of the loop. And unless Jackie was talking to somebody I don't know about, she was out of the loop as well. So I don't know. I think Sarah was instrumental. Sarah has the biggest heart of anyone that you'd ever want to meet. I mean, she is with 3 youngsters and experience of coaching. And she didn't go through Jim's playing. She wasn't part of that. She wasn't at Oakland. She wasn't with Jim. San Diego, she wasn't with Jim. So she didn't get a chance to. And this is all kind of and I want you to know she is a star. She is such a star, and she stands with Jim. And I don't know this as a fact, but my guess is that Sarah is this. It's right for me. Is this right for you? And she said yes, and that was the one that would. I don't know that as a fact. I'm just saying.